Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 logos of famous companies then and now. If you look around the room you're in right now, chances are you'll see a lot of famous brand logos everywhere. But these brand logos weren't always as they look today, despite you knowing them looking like that your entire life. These logo changes are dramatically different, and you'll never see a company the same way again after watching this. Before we get into it, be sure to click the link in the top right corner to subscribe to my new channel, The Crafty. Coming in at number 10, we have Burger King. As time moves on, we have better technology and can usually make better designs. But this is a case where I think the original logo looks way cooler than the current one. We all know Burger King is the second most popular burger place after McDonald's. Their logo references their brand name as it's in the shape of a burger. And this is a logo that the McDonald's founder Ray Kroc didn't like, saying it was too gimmicky. But did you know that the Burger King logo we all know and maybe love today wasn't the original? The original was actually a drawing of a king sitting on a burger with a huge cola. The McDonald's founder said their current logo is too gimmicky, so I can only imagine what he thought of this. Do you prefer Burger King's old logo or their logo now? Next up is Lego. We all know and hopefully had Legos as kids. I mean, if you didn't have Legos, what was your childhood? Really though, Lego is such a famous company with an instantly recognizable logo. Much like their toys, their logo is big, bright and bold. It shows the Lego name with a big red box around it. Now this may not look too technical, but a ton of planning went into this logo to make it look eye-catching and stand out. However, back in 1949 when Ole Cook Christensen invented Legos in Denmark, he didn't have branding in mind. He made the logo solely based on the name Lego, which means play well in Danish. Now Lego may be all fun and games, but the original logo didn't look very fun at all. It was all black and written in a gothic font. The current Lego logo was brought in 1998. But before that, the company actually had 11 more logos, as they couldn't work out what appeals to kids and parents the most. Lego now makes billions of dollars every year, so it looks like this logo is working out just fine. Next up is Adidas. We all know Adidas as one of the biggest sportswear companies in the world. The logo is so famous that they actually reference it in their slogan. Their slogan of course being the brand with 3 stripes, just like in their logo. But it wasn't always like this, and they didn't always have 3 stripes. Their old logo in fact looks nothing like it does now, but still pretty cool. There's a pair of old soccer boots overwriting saying Adidas with stretched D's. Underneath that the writing says Sportschuh, which means sports shoes in German. This is because when Adidas began it was only in Germany and only sold sports shoes. And above the image of the soccer boots are the words Adolf Dassler. Believe it or not, these aren't actually words, but the name of the Adidas founder. He came up with the name Adidas when he combined his nickname, which was Adi, with his surname, which was Dassler. I may be being a little critical, but don't you think it's kind of vain to include your own name in your brand's logo? P.S. guys, I'm rebranding this channel to Charlie's Top 10s. Next up is IKEA. How could you not know the famous IKEA logo? You probably have at least one piece of IKEA furniture in your house right now. It's known for its bright blue and yellow colors, which reference the Swedish flag, as the company is Swedish. But the logo used to be this maroon colored circle. You may think this looks like a flower or something, but that's not what the founder was going for when he came up with it. The original logo was meant to be those wax seals used to get on letters. This gave the company a sense of importance and class as it moved into the harsh furniture market. Do you prefer the bright IKEA logo as it is today, or the more classy older version? Coming up next is Apple. About 50% of you guys watching are probably watching on an Apple product. Whether it be an iPhone, an iPad, or a Mac. Apple is super famous and one of the richest companies in the world. They're known for their simple logo of an apple with a bite taken out of it. But their original logo was anything but simple. It shows a large detailed drawing of Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree. Isaac Newton, of course, is the guy who discovered gravity after an apple fell from a tree onto his head, hence the name Apple. Wow, Apple really tried to slide a history lesson into their logo. Also, the sleek Apple logo we all know today isn't always as it's been. If you were around in the 90s, you'll remember the rainbow Apple logo along with a plethora of other variations. Next up is Lay's. Lay's, or Walkers if you're in the UK, is the most popular chip company on the planet. Millions of people buy their products every day, and we all know their famous logo. Like Burger King, their logo references the product inside. There's a big potato chip with a red ribbon saying Lay's on it. This looks tantalizing, but the logo didn't always look so good. It used to look all boxy like this. This logo may have been good for its time, but it looks a little bland now. And like many of the companies on this list, Lay's is one of the ones which has had a load of different logos in its time. My favorite is the 1996 to 2003 logo. Which is yours? Next up we have McDonald's. We've already covered the second most popular burger brand, Burger King, but McDonald's is by far the biggest restaurant chain in America and the entire world, with McDonald's being everywhere from prisons to ancient temples. According to branding experts, the thing that made McDonald's so popular was their instantly recognizable yellow arches. And of course, their slogan, "I'm loving it." The yellow arches apparently symbolize a woman's chest, which is why many people like McDonald's according to psychologists who work for the company. But before McDonald's was a big hit, the old logo was super boring. It simply said McDonald's famous barbecue. Today, McDonald's just heat up pre-cooked patties, so this wouldn't make much sense. But their new logo is a 100% improvement. Coming up next is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is the most drank drink in the world. We all know its unique taste and its fun logo of cursive writing on a red background. But the original logo was not like this, and you may be surprised to hear it wasn't even red. The logo simply said Coca-Cola and even had a period mark to be even more boring. I'm glad Coca-Cola changed things, as the company looks way more appealing now. But it was founded back in 1886 when branding wasn't a big deal, so you have to cut them some slack. Also, it began as a medical drink, so fun wasn't exactly their #1 priority. Next up, we have Starbucks. 60% of Americans start their day with a coffee, and millions of these people choose Starbucks as a place to get it from. Whether you pick up a regular black coffee or a mocha choca frappa lacchino, we all know the famous green Starbucks logo. It's seen everywhere on TV, movies, and even art. But the logo wasn't always green, nor was it simple. Like Apple, the Starbucks logo used to be a lot more complex. It was still the same mermaid, but it was less cropped, and you could see the mermaid's entire body. Also, instead of the famous green logo, the original was brown. In fact, the original Starbucks logo in Seattle, Washington still has their old logo in the window. I wonder what the next Starbucks logo is gonna be. I'm guessing they're just gonna keep cropping the mermaid. Next up, we have Instagram. Instagram is one of the most popular social media apps in the world, but recently they've come under fire for stealing features from Snapchat like disappearing photos and stories. And in 2016, when it changed its iconic retro camera logo to a more modern looking logo, people were very angry. However, it's now an accepted and famous logo. They changed it because Instagram was bought by Facebook for billions, and they wanted to highlight this with a new logo. But some suspect that next year the app's logo will change again to a more blue logo. Much like the Starbucks logo, the Instagram logo seems to get simpler every time. What do you think about the possible new Instagram logo? Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for your